Sir, I beg to move that the Code of Criminal Procedure Amendment Bill 2001 be taken up for consideration and passage by this Honourable House. Sir, this particular amendment to the Code of Criminal Procedure is sought to be introduced into the provisions of Section 125 of the CRPC. There are several crucial amendments which are being made to this provision. This was a provision which was enacted in the Code of Criminal Procedure for the protection of those family members who were otherwise unable to maintain themselves, namely wives, children, and aged parents. In the year 1955, the maximum amount that could be paid to them was fixed. And that amount of rupees 500 was fixed in the year 1955. And in 1973, when we incorporated the new CRPC, we continued with the same amount. So this amount has been continued for more than 45 years. And on account of the increase in the cost of living, there have been repeated demands and suggestions made that this amount be increased. In fact, the Law Commission at one stage had suggested that this be increased to an amount of rupees 5,000. The government took those factors into consideration and was of the opinion that since it has to be fixed by judicial orders, and this must be in consonance with the requirement of the wives, the children, the aged parents, and also the paying capacity of the husband, or the son or the father as the case may be, there was no need to maintain that cap of rupees 500, and therefore that cap of rupees 500 is sought to be removed. The other amendment is that there was an ambiguity whether there was a provision for payment of interim maintenance under this provision or not. The judicial opinion at some stage recently was that interim directions can also be passed, but that is being clarified by a specific amendment that interim maintenance can also be paid under this provision. Just as we approved yesterday, sir, the marriage laws amendment bill, there is a corresponding amendment in this also that the interim maintenance amounts would be directed to be paid as far as possible within a period of 60 days of the service of the notice of the application to a person who is liable to pay the amount. There is also a clarificatory amendment to the fact that the maintenance would not only cover the maintenance amounts, but it would also cover the expenses of the proceedings itself. There are then corresponding changes which are suggested to Section 127 and 128 on account of these amendments. I propose to the Honourable House that this bill be taken up for consideration and passage by the House.